I'm joined here with Constable Flynn with the Lloydminster RCMP. How are you today?
Hi, I'm doing well, thanks.
So this weekend, the first official snowstorm of the winter season has hit. Have there been quite a few incidents so far?
The roads were pretty slick on Highway 16 and a lot of accidents as a result of the slick conditions. I can't really speak to the actual stats of how many accidents there were, but there were some motorists in the ditch for sure.
And what safety tips would you give residents during this time?
RCMP, we just encourage that motorists by this time with the first snowfall should have snow tires on. Just ensuring that those snow tires are in good working condition as well, especially if you put them on yourself. So making sure the tire depth is good, the tread depth, and there's lots of air in them. A lot of people get their tires put on at a scheduled, tire factory, but just make sure that those tires are switched out by now. And just taking your time with travel. So due to the icy conditions around town and on the highways, we just encourage people to take their time to get where they're going safely. This might look like, maintaining average highway speeds, even less than highway speeds. If you're traveling those 110 kilometer speed zones, and avoid passing vehicles if you can't see. You want to maintain visible. You want to maintain visible driving lane as you're proceeding on the highway there.
So speaking of speed zones and everything, what would you suggest for right now for residents to drive? Like especially on the highway with 110, would you say try going 100?
Yeah, I try to keep those speeds under the prescribed highway speeds, especially if they're slick. So if you're hitting, if you're slipping and you're having a hard time, maintaining control, say you're hitting those icy patches, like black ice is out there and drifts are out there, right? So we want to make sure that you're able to maintain control of your vehicle while you're on your travels on the highway. So if that requires you to go less than the prescribed speed limit, do that. We just recommend that you do stay in that right-hand drive lane and not be in the passing lane, not continuously driving in the passing lane.
And for people traveling on the weekends, especially, and they come into some roadside issues, what would you suggest for people to do to keep safe?
So along with having a good brush, so you want to have a snow brush in your vehicle at this time as well. Okay, so making sure motorists have a good working brush and they are clearing off their windshields. That's another safety feature. So oftentimes we see vehicles driving around with snow or ice still on their vehicles, making sure that all your windshields are unobstructed. So to have an unobstructed viewpoint from your vehicle is important. And then along with that brush, you should have like a roadside emergency kit available. So that could include things such as warm clothes, blankets, flashlights, even some snacks if you do get stuck, abandoned, kind of waiting for your tow truck. That oftentimes happens during the winter. So just make sure you have snacks and stuff to, even if you have kids aboard, just to make sure something to keep them entertained. Even I know it's hard to keep water from freezing in your vehicle, but just having something that's gonna keep you hydrated and keep you fed. Also having a shovel readily accessible and a first aid kit is important too.
Is there anything else you want to add for residents to know about during this time?
Yeah, just a reminder if you are, trying to warm up your vehicle and get it ready for your travel, just to make sure you're using those secure, like an idle that is secure. So you're going to want to use a remote starter, and just to make sure the keys are not in your vehicle, and it's not easily, like doors are locked, and that it's not going to fall victim to like an opportunistic criminal that's going to see, an idling car sitting on the roadway. Whether it be on the roadway or your driveway, just make sure that you're warming up those vehicles in well-lit areas and keeping an eye on your vehicle while it is warming up as well.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for joining me here today, Constable Flynn, and thank you for some safety tips for residents to use during this time.
Yeah, thanks for your time, Shelby.